Hello. Have you ever bought a book that you looked at and you thought, oh, I really like the look of that, I'm going to get it. And then you're like, start reading it and you're like, oh, well, I made a bit of an error, didn't I? I found a book like that and it's amazing. Beautiful book. It's called The Promise, okay? So I bought it thinking, oh, little girl with acorns. What could possibly go wrong? Turns out she mugs someone. And I started reading it, and you know what? It was basically she's born in the city, and according to the book, it was mean and hard and ugly, and the streets were dry as dust, cracked by heat and cold, and never blessed with rain. A gritty yellow wind blew constantly, scratching around the buildings like a hungry dog. Not very nice. No. And basically, she lives in a place where it is dank and grimy and mean. And people are not very nice. No one ever smiled. And it was just, I suppose grey is a good word for it. Depressing much. So, yeah, one night, chick's milling along, spots an old lady, as you do, and decides, oh, I like the fact that she's got a very big handbag, I'm going to mug her. Now, this is the point when I was reading it to Shrew where I was like, oh, might have made a bit of an error on this one. Probably should have read it before I bought it. But, you know, weathered the storm and all, so we carried on reading it. And she mugs a little old lady, and there's a little old lady won't let go of her bag. They're having a little tug of war. She says to the girl, the old lady does, I know. She says, if you promise to plant them, you can have my bag. And the girl just wants the bag, so she's like, yeah, whatever. I'll plant them. No idea what she was talking about. So when she gets around the corner, she's taken the bag, she gets around the corner. It's full of acorns. And it's at that point that she clicks, oh, well, that was what the promise was about. She wants me to plant all these acorns. And she does. Little eco-warrior. Isn't she? Oh, he's such a good boy. He's a bit bald. You may notice by his neck, this little bit here. He's started pulling all his feathers out. And you've been to the vet a few times. Cost a lot of money, haven't you? But they're growing back now. I mean, he's on anti-anxiety meds because you had to. Because it was no good, was it? Yeah, I know. And where was I? Blah blah blah. Tell the bear acorns can plant them. So she does. Right. Back where we were. So she does, and she starts planting them, and obviously trees start growing, and it kind of breathes a new life into the city, you know. And when the trees grow, people come outside and they're, you know, they sit under the trees because of the shade to have a picnic, and they start talking to each other. And then, of course, there's more trees, so there's more birds and animals. Birds and animals. So they all rock up as well, like, boom, new trees. Well happy about this. And the city starts just coming to life. Like a bit of nature, boom, coming to life. And people start planting things and putting gardens in and parks. And it's just, yeah, the whole world starts to be a better place. However, our young mugger friend isn't there to see it because she's decided she needs to move to the next horrible city and start planting there, and that's what she does. And that's what the book's about. It's about making good of a bad situation. And in the end, someone mugs her and she makes them say the same promise, you know, as long as you plant them. You know, I like it. I didn't like it at first. When I started reading it, I was just like, oh God, I've got to explain what this is. But it's very clever, and I don't think we give kids enough credit, right? Kids are much, much, much smarter than we give them credit for, and quite frankly, brilliant book. Illustrations in it are really nice, you know, that she just keeps moving around to different places. Oh, such a good book. So it's by Nicola Davies, and it's illustrated by Laura Carlin. The Promise, Waterstones, $6.99. I think, you know what? I think we've got to start a little bit of a movement, guys, and actually get our kids looking at books like this. There's another one that I want to get, and it's about a guy that's like depressed. It's all about depression. It's a very, 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 very somber book. But you know what? I was looking at it and I thought, actually, I think my kid could handle that. So buy it. Buy it. And I didn't procrastinate a lot. I'm starting to do it now, though, because I can hear it in my voice. So I'm going to go. But have a lovely day. And we'll see you around. Won't we? Yes, we will. Bye.